Denitha slipped into the back of the room and sat on the floor. Old Jake was in a row. He was one of the oldest people who worked in her unit and lived in the chambers, and he always had stories to tell about the times before, the times when humans used to live on the surface of the earth and were able to breathe fresh air. And today, he was telling something that Denitha had heard about, but she found it so hard to believe. He was saying, "Yep, it's true. People used to be able to fly in the air in airplanes. They sure did. They used to could fly anywhere from the east coast of the United States all the way to the east coast of China if they wanted to. Yeah, they had big, huge airplanes that could carry hundreds of people. But, and you know, those airplanes, they started like in the early 1900s and they got really, really good in 100 years and took them on into the 21st century. But, you know, it started around the 21st century. Those planes started falling from the sky too many times, and people started to wonder about it. Sometimes they couldn't even find the planes. Then they started to have those problems with the fossil fuels and how they were going to have enough gas to fly those planes, and that was another problem. So it became too expensive for most people to fly on an airplane. Not the average working Joe, they couldn't fly. It became something only the rich and powerful people could do. And then, when things really started to get bad, the rich and powerful started jumping on their planes and leaving the people in the lands that were getting polluted so that you couldn't breathe the air and there was no water to drink, and after them earthquakes. So you know what them people started doing? They started going to the airports, and them who could fly would steal the planes, and if they couldn't fly, they'd burn up the planes, and they go into the airports. It just became bedlam and havoc. And that was just one of the bad things that happened. Because really, the air was getting so bad, nobody could breathe or fly in it. Denitha couldn't believe, but it must have been true. Come back again for another story, another 3-minute story. And please do subscribe if you haven't yet. And tell your friends. Let's spread the magic of storytelling.